Greetings, fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks for dropping by the Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. Wanted to talk about a brand new horror film that I just saw. This movie was released last week. It's called Crawl. Just went and saw it last night. It was one that I was actually really anticipating. I didn't know about it until maybe a couple months before it was coming out, but I'm a big fan of the director and one of the stars of the film, who I've seen in many other great films. Pretty much what the premise of Crawl deals with, it deals with this woman and her father. They must fight for their lives against alligators as they become trapped in this basement of this house that's flooding during a Category 5 storm. The film stars, I'm going to say, Kaya Scodelario as Haley. You have Barry Pepper as Dave. The movie was written by Sean Rasmussen and Michael Rasmussen, and it was produced by Sam Raimi and directed by Alexandre Aja, who has done some terrific films like Hot Tension, Piranha 3D, The Hills Have Eyes. I also really liked Mirrors. I think he's a fantastic director, and I was really anxious to see what he would do with this kind of contained film, because most of the film takes place in this one location. I have to say that Crawl was an absolute blast. Probably one of my favorite films of this year, and really took the bad taste out of my mouth from last summer's The Meg. This is the kind of film that I want to see when it deals with people fighting off the elements, and this includes, like sharks, gators, things like that. It really was a tension-filled ride, and I have to say hats off to everybody involved in this. I thought the characters were great. The characters of Haley and Dave were people that you could really relate to. They have a estranged relationship. A little bit leads to that there's been some type of falling out between the two. The tension between the two characters is very realistic, especially for me, because I have an estranged relationship with my father, so it's kind of like I understood, a lot of what they were going through in this film. But the acting is great. The effects are fantastic. You really are freaked out, and the way that a lot of these scenes are shot with the gators approaching, constantly jumping out of my seat and being thrilled by what was going on. I cared about Dave and Haley. I wanted to see them survive this. They have so much that's thrown at them. You're just constantly on the edge of your seat in this film because you don't know what's going to happen next, and it just builds and builds and builds. And I love the way that the gators were used in this film. It wasn't overly done. It was very minimal, but when they are on screen, it's terrifying. It didn't feel like you're watching, a really bad special effect. It really was well done, and I'm sure that this had a limited budget, but even the Category 5 storm sequences were harrowing. Very, very well done. Absolutely fantastic film. I cannot recommend this film enough. Probably my favorite film after Us this year, which is really putting it up there, but I will say that this film has really blown away my expectations. I thought it would just be a fun little ride, but it was so much more than that, because it really, I still have a hard time watching The Meg. It just wasn't what I wanted it to be, and that was one that really disappointed me. And this one really is, I didn't go into it with huge expectations, and it exceeded my expectations. So absolutely love Crawl. Cannot recommend it enough. Absolutely fantastic horror film. Hats off to Alexandre Aja and everyone involved. They did a terrific job. Easily, Crawl gets 5 skulls. So that is my review of Crawl. I hope everyone enjoyed this review. I hope everyone will check out the film. If you have seen the film, let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from everyone. And as always, thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone, and expect more cool videos coming very, very soon. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. Peace. I have a Patreon page. If everybody wants to help support me, the link is down below. And if you do help support me, Dracula here will get more treats, and Dracula really loves his treats. So any support that you can give me would be very, very much appreciated. Right, Drac?